Hello and welcome to round 13 of the 2018 Formula Virtual World Championship here from Sakhir, Bahrain. My name's Bradley Downton and I'll be joined today by Harry Westwood.
Howdy there, folks.
We have 57 laps today then of this 5.412 kilometre circuit comprising of 15 turns, although the last one isn't really a corner, although it's classed as turn 15. The winner last time out was Nathaniel Powers last season, Downton's first victory around this track. Before that, Olin Inman. We didn't come here in 2015, and before then it had only been won by Franklin. Let's take a look through the grid though for round 13 of the championship. It's Puccio Giordano on pole position for Ocelot. Alar Kanga starts alongside him on the front row for the second time in 2 races. Giordano on the hard tyres, Kanga starts on the mediums, as do the 2 drivers behind him on the second row. They are Ryota Yoshida and Klaas van Snelheid. Yoshida's third gives Ocelot their best ever joint qualifying. Row 3 is Nathaniel Powers and Adrian Simon. The 2 main championship contenders start on the hard tyres from the third row of the grid. Row 4 and in 7th and 8th we have Enrico Rees and Olin Inman. The 2 Franklin drivers, likewise they are both on the hard tyres as well. Behind them, rounding out the top 10, as per usual, we have the 2 Ingrams. Matson ahead of Vasquez this time, and like their fellow Honda runners in front, both Ingrams starting on the hard tyres. Just outside of the top 10 in 11th, we have Will Hoskins driving for Holmqvist on the hard tyres. Alongside him, his new teammate Felix Bayer. Bayer is the only driver on the softs, a very brave call, who, although it's nighttime here in Bahrain, is still very warm. 13th and 14th are the 2 Phoenix cars. Carson Davenport ahead of Alvarez. Davenport on the mediums, the Argentine behind him on the hard tyres. In 15th, we have Victor Osberg. Osberg starts on the mediums for Lopez. And Sykes is 16th, running on the hard tyres for this one. It's one of the first times Osberg has outqualified, or one of the only times Osberg has outqualified Wagner this season. It hasn't happened all that often, and Wagner does indeed start right behind him in 17th on the medium tyres. He shares the row with Sykes' teammate Howison on the hards. 19th and 20th and row 10 are the 2 first cars. Zolia starts on the hard tyres, Perez on the mediums, one of many teams who have split that strategy. 21st and 22nd are the 2 Meteors. They are not on the back row of the grid. Sebastian Vauquelin has outqualified Jules Simon. Both of those guys start on the hard tyres, and therefore making up the back row of the grid, we have the 2 AMRs. Finn Schneider on the hard tyres, Dmitry Kovalenko on the hard tyres as well, and that rounds out the grid for the 2018 Bahrain V-Prix. So as we go down to the grid then, we have Puccio Giordano on pole position on the right, Alar Kanga second on the left. The lights go out now and we're racing in Bahrain. It's a good start from, looks like Giordano. He's pulled straight across to cover Kanga then, as one of the Downtons late on the brakes into turn 1 between Yoshida and Kanga, and Powers going for second then, but no, Kanga holds on around the outside, so Kanga second, but it's Giordano scampering off into the lead early doors then. Yoshida has lost a couple of places off the start as Adrian Simon is up to 4th as well, but Yoshida up the inside of him at turn 4 and he's not made it work as Ruiz goes around the outside of Klaas van Snelheid.
Yeah, that was obviously a very close start as Klaas van Snelheid comes back now at Ruiz through the middle sector, but can't quite get anything done there. He's going to be looking down into the hairpin now. Ruiz covers him off.
As Hoskins around the outside of Inman, I think there was some contact there because it looked as though there was some debris, but no, they've all still got front wings, and Hoskins has taken 8th place from Olin Inman.
Yeah, so obviously off the back of a good result last time out, he's doing a pretty solid job so far this weekend.
Yeah, in fact, seeing as he started 11th, that's a stunning start from Hoskins.
It is. I am very impressed. Yeah, 3 wide into turn 1. It doesn't really get a lot closer than that as... Oh! That Wagner.
That's Osberg.
Around the outside.
Oh, that's Alvarez without a front wing, and that is a North Star pointing the wrong way in the background. That's Johan Halverson rejoining then. Oh, but yeah, I did see further up, Alvarez has lost his front wing then. As we come to the end of lap 1, Giordano had built a lead, but Kanga has reeled him in already, and the Estonian right in the wheel tracks of the race-leading Italian.
The wheel tracks? You're going to stick with that?
Yep. It is a phrase, trust me.
I know it's a phrase, it's just... Isn't it a bit of a shit one?
No, it worked.
Don't you think that the DS Mattershore, the red on it, kind of looks like a Ferrari under this light?
It does. I was just thinking that the cars actually
Yeah.
look. I mean, yeah, as there we see then Alvarez in the pits minus his front wing. But yeah,
Just chilling.
I mean, obviously they were always going to make a difference, but the lights really do brighten these cars up. As here we see then, so it was Alvarez and Halverson came together. Halverson on the curb on the inside and clattered into the side of Alvarez, so the poor Argentine was completely faultless in that one, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be glad that he only lost his front wing and he's still in this race, but given the pace of that car, I don't expect to see him reach anywhere near the points this afternoon. Well, this evening, tonight, now!
Yeah, it's not this afternoon anymore. That's going to be a weird one. As there we see then Ola Newman struggling to get back past Hoskins, so he's not able to make any progress at the moment. Hoskins is on the hards as well, isn't he? So, I mean, Inman should really have a rather large car advantage.
He's only 3 tenths off.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. But I'd have expected him to be off by now. As Giordano sets the first lap, I get the feeling that was bettered by Kanga. Yeah, there we go.
It was.
Kanga.
Kanga's
down the inside of turn 1. Kanga's taking the lead. Where did that come from?
What an absolute shad.
Alar Kanga then through and into the lead of the Bahrain V-Prix with an absolutely stunning late dive down the inside of turn 1.
Inman is right up the gearbox of Will Hoskins, but doesn't quite have the talent to make a move. Vasquez is putting pressure on the Franklin driver as well. It is all kicking off here in Bahrain.
Yeah, certainly is, but I mean, to coin another one of my favourite phrases, he licked the stamp and sent it, didn't he, there?
Ah, that's a good one.
I know. As we jump on board with the championship leader then, Adrian Simon, he's made up 2 positions off the... Did he make up 2? Yeah, he started 6th. He was alongside Powers on the 3rd race. They've both made up 2 places. Good start for the 2 main championship contenders.
Indeed.
I say that, but Powers is only 3 points ahead of Kanga, isn't he? Thinking about it.
I haven't looked at the championship table since like 2016.
I mean, you absolutely have. Yeah, 4 points ahead, sorry. Powers is only 4 points ahead of Kanga, so... I'm saying Powers and Simon are the 2 main championship contenders. I keep forgetting that Kanga is well and truly in this battle, as Giordano is in his slipstream and closing as they head towards turn 1. Can Giordano slingshot back up the inside and take the lead back? He can, he's done it. And through goes the Italian, the top 2 trading places then. And Powers has lost out to Simon as well then.
Yeah, so it looks like the medium and the hard tyres are pretty much even so far here, so it's really going to come down to degradation. As Yoshida now
goes Yoshida. Nathaniel Powers then, as he lost 2 places in a matter of corners, he absolutely has.
What a soy boy.
And he's already, look at that, he's already 1.5 seconds, nearly 2 seconds back from Simon. I wonder if there's a problem in that Downton, as Inman has passed Hoskins and now Vasquez sweeps around the outside of the Brit as well. As Bayer up the inside of Matson.
Yeah, so they are on those soft tyres. Somehow they are not overheating in these sweltering conditions. Good thing we're not running in the daytime, or else I think it would just be too hot for the drivers to perform. I
think his tyres would have melted.
They would have melted like a chocolate bar under the sun, like Cadbury's. So we've got Giordano leading us then.
Again.
Yes, again. Obviously doing a pretty solid job in what is officially the 5th fastest car, but you can see that his teammate is not too far off of him, which isn't bad for a biscuit.
Yes, Yoshida, solid race.
Or cracker. Sorry.
No, I think we're just about to get another overtake for the lead though. Giordano has covered the inside line this time, however, as behind him Powers is on Yoshida. And Kanga, is he going to sweep around the outside of turn 1? He absolutely is. And the lead changes hands then for the 3rd time in 3 laps. Powers trying to fight back past Yoshida, but can't get it done. As Giordano and Kanga, they're going to go wheel to wheel again in turn 4. Giordano around the outside and takes it back. This is brilliant racing between the pair of them, but it's allowed Adrian Simon to close right up.
Yeah, and there's a yellow flag in the first sector, and Powers is dropping a lot of places. Powers is out of the points as he made contact somewhere.
Ah, looks like it. Well, that is Powers there. There doesn't look to be any damage.
Okay.
But well, here we go then. So he's gone up the inside of Yoshida, and yeah, well, that was a day late and a dollar short.
I don't know. I gotta say, I feel like Yoshida should have left him a bit more room there. Actually, Bradley. You know, I take every opportunity to bash your drivers.
That's very true. Maybe I called that one wrong. I mean, he certainly seemed to lunge from quite a distance back.
Yeah, but Yoshida saw him coming. There seemed to be a delay in getting his car into the apex.
I'd like another replay. I don't think we're going to get one, but we should have a look at that after the race.
If I can speak Bahrainese to whoever's on the cameras, then I can get them to show us a replay. But I don't know how to do that.
Well, we're not going to see a replay.
No. Very true.
Here we go then.
Yoshida then has
Kanga again on Giordano down the inside at turn 1, and the Estonian is going to go back through and into the lead once again.
He licked the stamp and sent it.
I'm fairly sure we've had more overtakes for the lead than we have laps.
Yeah,
is Giordano then going to lose second place as well? No, he's got Adrian Simon right up with him, but no, Simon thinks better of it.
Powers then manages to get back past Matson, and he's on the charge now to get back to the front. Oh, Kovalenko and Jules Simon are in the pits, so I can imagine they were the cause of the yellow flags last lap. Vasquez still applying a lot of pressure to Inman as, yeah, well, Matson's just been going backwards, really.
Yes, very good spot on that one. Interesting that Klaas van Snelheid's dropped nearly a couple of seconds back from Ruiz. Seems unable to challenge the Brazilian.
Yeah, who in turn has dropped about a second and a half off of Yoshida, because he was only about a second off of the
Biscuit.
The bloke. Yeah, well, he's Rivita. Oh yeah, is it Rivita biscuits or crackers? They do both now, don't they?
I don't know. I think crackers.
Although
I don't think he'll appreciate you calling him crackers.
I can call him a cracker. Trust me, I can think
he's just spun. Yoshida then. Oh! And that's Yoshida out of the race. He's been hit by Enrique Ruiz.
Yeah, and there's debris all over the track there. Someone's just run over a piece of suspension like it was
and there's Lopez spun as well. I think that was Wagner.
As he just... see, what's
going on at the final? Is there... there's absolute carnage. That's a first.
That's
and a North Star, and there's a AMR in there as well. I think it's Schneider.
There's both firsts in there now. Oh, okay. One of them got out unscathed. Fair play. What a word, unscathed. Look at that. Ruiz is still trying to push the deceased Alfa Romeo powered. Do you know what? I don't know what I was going for there, but I did my best.
So Perez is in the pits then without a front wing, and what on earth happened there? Yoshida just seemed to lose it on his own, and Ruiz piled into it.
Ruiz just lacking the reaction time to actually get his car slowed down. You'd imagine that slowing down on the exit of a corner isn't too difficult, really. But
on that note, though, we've not had a change for the lead at this time round.
No.
Kanga has retained it. Yeah, so Yoshida and Vokalin is out as well then.
So this has very much just become a 3-horse race for the win.
Yeah, hasn't it? And that's a real shame for Yoshida. He put in still a wheel in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
He put in a stunning qualifying performance with third on the grid. Having been fastest in practice, as you just see there in the distance, Ruiz leaving the pit, so he's nearly a lap down now already. It's going to be very difficult for the Brazilian to get back into the points, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, such a shame for Yoshida. He put in a great qualifying performance, was quickest in practice. And now, wow, his race ends like this.
As we've got Hoskins now defending from Matson. I'm a liar, that's Bayer, but I'm going to keep talking anyway. Bayer manages to defend the position, obviously. We've got Davenport looking to stick his big red nose in the action. Matson down the inside again.
And that was contact.
That was a bit naughty. You could see he kind of just angled his car towards Bayer there. That was very cheeky there.
Yeah, and he's not paid off because he's caught Gab on the inside there. And he's lost back out to Bayer, and Davenport is trying to go past as well, but can't quite make anything of it. So we're back to status quo as we were.
Indeed. I think Davenport is just going to be waiting for Bayer and Matson to have a serious coming together, and here we go. So this is Voklan. Just spins because he takes too much approach curb on the inside. Just gets in front of
That was
Kovalenko.
stupid.
I
He
think that's gotta
reversed
be-
and tried to get out of the way and then went forwards again. Here we go then, this
Yeah,
is
and
Yoshida.
yeah.
So he caught the curb on the inside, that was what turned him round. And yeah, Ruiz just drove straight into it.
I've got to say that that's got to be a serious penalty for Ruiz there. Yes, he's dropped to the back in this race, but he's just eliminated another driver from the V-Prix without really any good reason. It wasn't an accident. He just fucking drove. Whoops, sorry. He just.
He just drove straight into him. As Matson and Bayer now then are side by side as we come down the main straight. Matson tries for the outside line, aiming for 9th place. Can he take it? Bayer will fight him. Wow, and hold on.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting that one.
No. But these three, well, mainly these two. Oh, as Matson
Here
goes
he goes again.
And oof, I'm surprised he got through there without making contact with the Brit.
Yeah, but I think Bayer might take this one back. No, Matson has held on this time then.
Matson's learnt from his mistake last lap, but these two are having an absolutely brilliant ding-dong scrap.
Yeah, they certainly are. And Davenport sat there with a watching brief as well, just waiting for them to come together, you feel.
I'll tell you what though, Vasquez, top 6 position, still right on the back of Inman, and not really letting Klaas get out of his sight. Got to say, I'm impressed once again with the young man.
Yeah, stunned that the top 4 already are like 10 seconds. Well, the class in 4th, sorry, is already like 10 seconds behind the top 3 as Enrique Ruiz, unsurprisingly on the fresh tyres, bangs in the fastest lap.
Nice job, Enrique. Almost makes up for the elimination of another driver. I forgot what you were saying, so I'm just gonna.
I was saying I was stunned that Klaas was already 10 seconds behind Simon.
Ah, yes. Yeah, no, I can't think of a good reason. I think it's just not Downton's day today.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be a lot of pace in the car, does there? I mean, when you consider as well, as you say, Vasquez in the Ingra. Vasquez is ahead of Inman. And this is the replay. On board Vasquez then, down the inside at turn 1, and well, that was easy as you like really for the Colombian.
Yeah, just textbook pass, moves up into the top 5 positions, and it's going to be looking to now break away from the Franklin of Olin Inman. Obviously the only Franklin currently running in the points.
The only Franklin currently running in any country. I mean, the other one's last.
So that's position.
Yeah, but it's not reasonable. Not for a Franklin.
6th ain't reasonable for a Franklin. So, what was that sound? Just getting deep-throated by a ghost. But yeah, it's pretty clear then that the drivers are struggling with the curbing under these conditions. Don't know why, because they haven't done all weekend. But I guess if there's a time to make a mistake, it's not practice or qualifying, it's the race. As Vasquez goes heavily defensive into turn 1. Inman's got the nice run on him, rounding outside. Can he get it done the long way round?
They'll have the inside line for turn 2. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Vasquez chops him off and holds his position.
No.
Meanwhile, Powers has got back ahead of Hoskins.
Using the power of friendship. Or was it was it like Downton power? I can't remember which. Yeah, that
probably that, yeah.
That car runs on hopes and dreams, just like the Westwood used to run on childhood trauma. So
wow, I mean, okay.
I've got to say I was surprised.
Top 3 then, still running, absolutely nose to tail. And well, they're within a second of one another. Well, they were.
But we don't have Durs, so I wish I could just not.
Well, I think, to be honest, the opening few laps of this race proved that we really don't need it.
Nah, could you imagine these guys with DRS? They'd go bloody loony.
That'd be ridiculous. But then, having said that, they seem to have calmed it down a little now. We haven't seen any overtakes for the lead for a few laps. Come on, boys, hop to it.
Go on, Giordano.
You can
Go on,
tell the
see.
slipstream down the front straight here, though, is absolutely massive, isn't it? You just got,
Yeah.
you can see the closing speeds.
Oh,
I mean, there we
Inman's
go.
on the
Olin
inside.
Inman, for example, down the inside of Vasquez, and he's going to be ahead well before the corner, even.
Yeah, and well, I think he's just caught the rookie napping a bit there and moves himself back up into 5th place. Yep, there we go. We've got Bayer in the pits. I was just about to talk about him, you stupid Dutch individual. Get in your pit box, you big silly goose.
That's harsh.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention how it was impressive he didn't have to pit for new fresh rubber yet, but
So what's
here
that
we are.
then? That's the end of lap 11. That's a 5-stopper for Felix Bayer.
I'd imagine it's a 4-stop once he gets lapped a couple of times.
Oh, that's true. Well,
Ooh,
a couple of.
geez.
I can't imagine him being lapped a couple of times as Ruiz and Jules Simon go side by side, and wow,
Oh, no.
Simon, fair
Simon
play.
keeps the spot. So I would say maybe Ruiz is having trouble getting his tyres warmed up, but he's not because he set the fastest lap a couple of laps ago. He's
done it
now
now.
making move down the final corner, but he's gonna get lapped if he keeps that kind of thing up.
Yeah, well, he'd gained 2-3 seconds on the race leaders, and he's just lost it all in that battle.
Yeah, just not decisive enough getting past.
As here we go then. This is Giordano. Kanga has gone very defensive to the inside of turn 1. Can the Italian sweep around the outside? That looked as though it was very, very close, but Kanga holds the lead then. Giordano is really attacking at the moment though, as behind them Nathaniel Powers is looking to take 6th place from Vasquez. Like Kanga, Vasquez has gone heavily defensive on the inside. Can Powers sweep around the outside line? He's in the wheel tracks of Olin Inman. And no, he can't. And that is that's Will Hoskins without a rear wing.
I saw him recovering in the background when we were watching that battle, so I'd like to see how that's happened. But well, Hoskins' race kind of spoiled for him. Oh no, he's gonna have done it on his own, ain't he?
So he's.
Yeah.
I mean, where's all that debris come from?
Him? No.
No, that debris. Was that during the incident? Because Hoskins been running without a rear wing all this time and we've not noticed.
No, that can't be right. No, because I did just watch him spin out and recover.
Well, it must be because there were no other drivers retiring because there were wheels in the middle of the track, and that can only be from the Yoshida Ruiz incident.
Then it means that you're probably right, but I'm sure of it that I watched him spin out just now. Either that or Bayer spun out.
Bayer was in the pits.
Exactly.
How unusual.
Well, I guess we're about to get our explanation in about 10-20 seconds. I don't know.
Well, either way, Hoskins has lost his rear wing and is sadly out of this race.
Yeah.
That's the third retirement then in 13 laps. Dropping like flies so far in this one.
Yes.
Maybe it's the dark night sky. As Powers around the outside of Vasquez at turn 1. Can he pull this one off then? No, he cannot.
Yeah, so Powers looking like he's just starting to run out of steam a bit here, and Hoskins does pit, so he's not been running without a rear wing for a while. So where did all that debris come from then?
I don't know. I mean, no one else has. It must have been during those laps. Oh,
Sure,
Simon spins from 3rd. That is the championship leader then.
Yeah, that's freed up Kanga and Giordano, and that has put his teammate under a lot of pressure now, because Kanga obviously has Simon almost acting as a bit of a rear gunner, keeping the pressure on Giordano, because obviously when you have another driver up you chuff, you can't really get too aggressive with your overtakes, but now has opened the door for Puccio to get a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, certainly has. Giordano now has no defending to do, and he can focus 100% on attacking Kanga. As thankfully Jules Simon got out of both their ways pretty swiftly. As up ahead, Ruiz has already dispatched of Kovalenko and Perez.
Yeah, he has.
As here we go, on board with Giordano then. He's in Kanga's slipstream. He's pulled to the inside. Kanga on the mediums. Wow, Kanga's on the mediums and he's not pulled away. Stunning. Giordano though, down the inside, and he's taken the lead back.
Yeah, just like I was saying then, Giordano feeling a bit braver now. He didn't have that immediate pressure behind him and just threw one up the inside of Kanga and gets the lead of the V-Prix back.
Yeah, certainly did. As we've got Vasquez and Powers going into turn 1 side by side again. Can the Brit make it better off this time?
Yeah.
He can. Vasquez twitches in the middle between turns 1 and 2, and that gives Powers the opportunity he needs to slide through into 6th place.
Yeah, it just looks like Vasquez lit up the rears a bit there on the exit of turn 1, going into turn 2, and unfortunately that's cost him a top 6 position at the moment, but we'll see what he can do about it as Bayer gets put right. Ooh, that's
that
very
was slightly
aggressive
naughty from
defending
Halverson.
Yeah. Bayer gets around him anyway.
Yeah, Bayer just drives around the outside of it at turn 1, and that is what fresh tyres does.
Get fucked, bucko. Oh, I've done it again. Sorry.
That's Kanga then trying to get past
Giordano?
Kovalenko.
Oh, yeah, you're right. What's he doing
Lap on
down there?
Kovalenko. As Giordano laps Perez, there's quite a gap now already between the top 2.
Yes.
I think it's the traffic getting involved. So Giordano, this has really played kind of beautifully for him. He can keep putting cars now between himself and Kanga.
Yeah, he seems to have the advantage, at least in terms of straight line speed, as he now puts Finn Schneider between himself and Alar Kanga. But Simon seems to be struggling to clear the track. Oh no, he's just cleared. Never mind.
Yeah, Simon's closed back up on them pretty quickly. Kovalenko got out his way swiftly, so.
Yeah, as he now goes up the inside of what's his face, Zolia. Perez, him too. Just all of them. He just goes up the inside of everyone. He's inside everyone. Vasquez is just losing touch a bit with Nathaniel Powers, but still doing what he can to keep the double world champion under threat.
Yeah, I have to say, despite all of the traffic that the top 3 have suddenly encountered, Klaas van Snelheid still hasn't really closed on them.
He's gained maybe like 3-4 tenths.
If that, yeah. It's really not working for Downton here today. I have to say, I'm stunned to see that there is no real time difference, delta, between the mediums and the hard tyres. It's absolutely not what I was expecting at all.
I think it could be where the track is so warm. I don't think we've ever raced at a track this warm. Maybe once or twice. The hards are getting up to temperature a lot easier, and the mediums might just be ever so slightly overheating. Other than that, I genuinely can't think of anything.
Possibly, but what this means though is that those on the hard tyres are going to be massively in the box seats, because you think their tyres are going to go further as well, so they're going to have to pit less times. And those on the mediums, if they're not going any quicker, they're going to have to make more stops. They're not going to gain that time back.
It could also be that those on the hard tyres know that they have that durability, they have that durable compound on their car. They can push a lot harder than their medium tyre shod opponents. Yeah,
that's very true. But I mean, what that means then, if the mediums aren't really working as we expected, Alar Kanga and Klaas van Snelheid could be in real trouble here.
That's a good point, actually. I hadn't even thought of that. Alvarez, by the way, is challenging Zolia for 15th place. Up the inside of turn whatever, the last one.
Turn 14. No, it's not the last one. This is the last one. That very slight right kink is officially the last corner on the track.
But that's not even a corner.
I know it's not, but officially it's the last corner.
Yeah, well, officially...
Don't say it. I don't know what you're going to say, but I should imagine can imagine what it's along the lines of, and just don't say it. Just get back to the racing.
Anyway,
so the next guy for the leaders to lap then is Enrique Ruiz, who is some 26 seconds behind the next car.
Yeah, he is. He's not really been... he's not really been pulling away from...
As that's Nathaniel Powers then, as my wonderful esteemed colleague descended into a laughing fit. Powers on the back of Olin Inman for 5th place. He's gone to the inside line. Inman hasn't even looked as though he's going to bother thinking about defending, and well, Powers breezes through. I mean, Inman didn't even look as though he contemplated defending that one. He just waved Powers through almost.
Maybe he knew the stamp was already licked. He knew that Powers was already sending it. I don't know why I'm in such a giggly mood. Right, I'm composed. Sorry about that, everyone.
As we've currently got Osberg running in the points for Lopez.
Not.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say he's really got many people behind him, but I mean, who's going to take it off him? His teammate?
Waggy. Good old Waggy. He likes it when I call him that.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Sykes is probably in with a shout of it. He's only like 2 seconds off and he's on the harder tyre.
Yeah, possibly. And then obviously, you know, you've got Ruiz who will probably come back up into it at some point, let's be fair.
Oh, medium tired.
Oh!
Kanker. God damn it.
Wow,
Kanker's
okay,
hit.
that's a lot earlier than I was expecting. What's that, 18 laps then that Kanker's made?
3 stopper.
And Klaas follows him in as well.
That's rough. That is rough.
Yeah, that's...
3 stopper.
Wow, that's painful. I did not expect the medium tyres to run out this early, but then it is incredibly hot. Where's Kanker going to feed back out then? Is he going to... okay, he's got out in that nice little gap between the two Ingrams.
But don't forget, I think Vasquez is on the hard tyres.
I think everyone left ahead of him is on the hard tyres.
Yeah, so he's going to catch up to him and he's going to have to pass all this traffic, which is only about 5 seconds in front of him.
In fairness, there aren't many drivers on the mediums. We've got Kanga, Klaas, Yoshida is out, Davenport, Osberg, Wagner and Perez.
Davenport, interestingly, has actually managed to go on for an extra lap here.
So he has both Lopez's are in though. And Wagner's jumped Osberg. There we go. We saw it in the pit lane as Alvarez down the start-finish straight.
Hard tyres, oh. I didn't know that. There goes Azoli on the hard tyres. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Wagner then making the most of the pit stops and gets ahead of his inferior teammate. I mean, his teammate.
That was harsh.
Yeah, but it's true. Look at how thin, skinny the rear wing is on the Mathshort. And does it look like it's missing a front left end plate to you, Kanga's car?
I think it's just hidden behind the wheel, if I'm honest.
But the other one's not.
Well, no, but it's slightly different.
Oh!
But the camera angle is slightly offset, isn't it? It was ever so slightly to the left of the driver's head.
Sorry, I keep knocking my microphone.
Which means we'll see more of the right-hand side of it. Well, there we go. No, he's still got that in plate. You can see the red.
Yeah, I can see it. Thanks. Yeah, no, but back to Davenport really quick. Obviously, he's made. He's making his pit stop after 19 laps. So if he can do that again with his second stint, then he's on for a 2-stop, which
there's Davenport.
Yeah, could put him ahead of the medium-tired runners around him. I don't know if it'll be enough to offset the extra pit stop he's going to make against the hard-tired runners. I can't imagine they'll be making more than 1 stop tonight. But as I nearly get caught out again.
Wow, I don't know. I mean, you think if the medium-tired runners have only done 18, 19 laps, what have they got to make it to, the hard-tired runners? Lap 27? 28.
Yeah, lap 28 29. Vasquez goes defensive here coming into the final sector. He knows it's only going to be a matter of time before Kanga gets past, so I don't know what he's doing.
Can't help but feel it's kind of pointless fight in this one.
I thought Simon was on the mediums as well.
No, Simon is on the hard tyres. Yes, Kanga gets all over the curb on the inside and wipes the bollard out.
Yeah.
He'll be being sued for that one later.
What a silly goose.
As, unsurprisingly, Kanga breezes through into 5th position.
Can Vasquez come back at him with that Honda power?
That will be it. There's a spin in the background, and I think that's Klaas van Snelheid.
It is. Oh, no. Oh. I thought he was just going to go straight on into the wall then.
No, it's alright. He's recovered. He's just lost a shed load of time.
Yeah, so Klaas officially plays himself out of contention for the win completely there. What a good job.
I'm not sure he was really in contention anyway.
He was sniffing about like if the leading trio were making any mistakes, but after that, no chance.
I'm not entirely sure, if I'm honest, what's happened to Klaas van Snelheid. His form has really dipped in the last few races. He seems to be making more mistakes.
He's definitely...
and no, round goes Simon, and he's been hit by one of the meteors. Is that his brother or his cousin? His cousin's out, so it's his brother. The two brothers have collided here. Oh, and whoops.
It just isn't, because it's Kanga, like I said 3 times. Mattson then doing the crane's job for it, just slowly making sure he's off track, as Van Schnellheid does well to avoid that whole incident. Mattson being an absolute good Samaritan here.
He's kind of ruining his race though, and there goes his front wing. It's going to snap eventually.
There's so much pressure it'll take. Pressure.
Wow.
Pushing down on you.
How did I think that was Kanga? The helmet was so blue.
It was Kanga. You said Simon.
No, yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, you can tell that we haven't adjusted well to the change of time zones and night race and all that. Look at those two weird guys on the right. They got flat faces.
Hang on, it's the night time?
Yeah, you can't tell because of the glare from the all the lights that are definitely powered by not oil and something good and sustainable for the environment. Yeah. Kanga has lost his spot then to Vasquez in all that kerfuffle. Yeah, as there's a yellow flag in Sector 3, obviously Mattson.
That's
probably
Phoenix
Alvarez.
Track.
That's Davenport. No.
Yeah, it was. As Mattson is into the pits as to replace his front wing, isn't it?
Probably. Davenport is coming under a bit of pressure now from Wagner, but we're seeing drivers making a lot of mistakes. But never mind. I'll save that for a sec. Kanga then fakes the inside, sells Vasquez the dummy. Can he move the? Can he?
Nope.
Can I use English language?
Nope.
No, apparently not. Ruiz is kind of stagnated a bit there in 16th position. He's
still a minute 30 behind. He's ahead of Mattson now.
Yeet. Don't forget, Mattson did just pit for a fresh front wing.
Yeah, I know, but there we go. Down the inside of Vasquez goes Kanga. I mean, that's a bit of deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah. And now we're going to watch Kanga spin around again. So I think what happened there is initially, I think he got a little bit unsettled by the bumps going into that double apex corner. And once he got out on the curbs, I think he just locked his rear tyres and that just sent him round.
Yeah, it seems like I have to say. I'm just going to bring this up. Obviously, on the timing screen on the left, we have Felix Bayer, who's racing for Holmquist, although the colour against his name is that of an AMR. And it keeps throwing me every time because I keep thinking there's an AMR in the points. And as the two North Stars get very close on the straight, as Bayer is in the pits again for his second stop. But that was naughty on your teammate.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough to do that to another driver, but that was Sykes this time, the guilty party. So both North Stars today really fighting tooth and nail for every single position.
Yeah, it's just not necessary, really, is it? As Bayer is rejoined in front of Ruiz. Ouch.
Woof. Not just in front, but a good, 2-3 seconds clear. Yeah. Hey, Mattson unlaps himself.
And why has he done that?
Sure, just for the bants.
So the top two are back within a second.
Yeah, so I think Giordano might have made a mistake, because he's lost a lot of time.
I was going to say, I thought he pulled out like a 2-second advantage.
Yeah, he had.
As, there we go, Kanga pops in the fastest lap then. I've been waiting for that one.
Pedal to the metal, eh? Haha. Can I get a bazinga?
Bazinga.
Yeah. As, Siemens looking pretty close then. Obviously, I wish we could see it on track.
Well, we're watching this great battle between the two North Stars for 8th and 9th.
They're not even going to go side by side into turn 1, Bradley.
They might do if one of them, misses a gear.
Giordano didn't make a mistake. They don't miss gears anymore, Bradley. They have semi-automatic sequential gearboxes or whatever they're called.
Well, we might still miss gear. Giordano is caught up behind Mattson. Is this going to give Simon a run then down into turn 14?
No, I think it might actually
no, Mattson's come back at them again.
You absolute knobend.
That's very to agree here. Mattson needs to move out of the way.
I get that he's frustrated about losing his front wing, despite the fact he literally drove into a stationary vehicle But this is no way to stick out your anger.
Oh!
Simon, they're 3
He's
wide.
used it! He's done it! Simon's pulled it off! There was contact there in the middle, but Simon has pulled it off using Matson as a back marker to go down the inside of the pair of them and take the lead from Giordano.
Giordano is going to be absolutely fuming with that one. I'd imagine there's going to be a complaint going into the stewards, of which nothing will be done about.
As Kanga sets another fastest lap. Yeah, but I don't know how they pulled that off, because I thought for sure that Simon was going to get stuck behind Matson on the inside line there.
Yeah, Simon was just pinched so hard on the inside, but I think where Matson, he almost seemed to lock up, because he obviously went in pretty hot into the final corner, overheating his tyres, battling the front runners, and just seemed to run out a little bit wide, which gave the opening on the inside just wide enough for Simon to try and squeeze through. And fair play to the Frenchman, he nailed it, pulled it off. So Giordano now with it all to do in second place, robbed of the lead, arguably unfairly, but that's racing.
Well, he made the wrong call. He went to the outside of Matson.
True, very true.
You know, he was the lead driver. He had the choice of where to go. He could have gone to the inside line and forced the issue, but he didn't. And Simon took advantage. Giordano has lost out there and has fallen to second place as the two Phoenix cars look as though they're scrapping it out, and both have lost position to Elroy Wagner.
He should have done what that one MotoGP rider did and just like leant across and pressed the brake on Matson's car.
Yeah, perhaps not. Here we go, Giordano is going to take it back, lunges down the inside at turn 1, and the Italian is back into the lead.
Yep, comfortably then. So Simon didn't really have a lot to fight back with there. I know that the Ocelot has looked impressive in the straight line all season as Matson eyes up being a twat once more. I know.
For anyone uncertain of what he said there, he called Matson a prat.
That's what I said. Yeah, sorry, my language has been a bit awful today.
Tonight.
And my co-workers are making it a lot easier for me. But yeah, I didn't realise that
co-workers? There were more of us?
Well,
I thought it was just me and you here. And obviously the producer in our ear, but, well, I pull him out most of the time, so... Well, he gets annoying, doesn't he?
He does. He tells me off for saying words like, no, I shouldn't. As we see once again, North Sides.
In the background, that was both Phoenix cars diving into the pits at the same time.
Oh no! If they run into each other, better not. They have. They haven't. What are they doing? What are they? What?
Maybe they did. Maybe they've picked up damage that we can't quite see, and there are, maybe some slow punctures or something. But yeah, both Phoenix cars. Then this is a disaster for the team.
So that is, never mind that rubbish about Davenport being able to pull off the two-stop. He's now had his race ruined. Alvarez pits early for some reason. He's going to be on a two-stop strategy. But it looks like, as long as the hard-tied runners can make it past this lap, they're going to be on the one-stop strategy.
Alvarez has already pitted once as well, hasn't he?
No.
Yeah, because he had his front wing taken off at the start by Hamilton.
He pitted at the start. I was mistaken. My apologies.
Bloody hell. I have to say, I find this weird. I mean, obviously, as we say, he's got Giordano has in the Ocelot the V12 Alfa Romeo engine, which is obviously aiding him massively down the straights. But it seems weird. Whenever Giordano's behind another car, he can usually pretty easily breeze back past, but he gets into the lead and can't pull away. He can't gap Simon.
What that says to me is that he's actually running a surprisingly high downforce setup, so he obviously gets a lot more benefit from the drag of a car in front. But other than past that, I can't think of any reason why he would be benefiting so much from the slipstream tonight.
Look at you being all technical and shit.
I'm doing my best for technical analysis. One of us has to do it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ted Kravitz.
Oh, that's quite alright. I've got to do this voice for some reason, though.
It sounds nothing like Ted.
Yeah, but I don't want to sound like Ted. I am my own creature. As Simon has got to run, he's up the inside now of Giordano into the braking zone of turn 1, and he takes the position. Giordano not really with anything to fight back with there. As we got the two
behind them as well, the two Phoenix cars are going side by side through turn 1.
They're still fighting hammer and sickle.
As Kanga looks to... Oh, and Inman again. We've got this blocking on the straights and it's really not on.
Oh, we've
Kanga,
got a
can
bit
he
of...
sweep around the outside? Yeah, he can. I mean, look at that. He's got the fresher tyres and the
tyres as
softer
well.
rubber as well. And
And the
yeah,
better car.
and a better car, yeah.
And a bit more talent. A lot more talent.
Yep. Yeah,
There was,
he's just made Inman look a little bit silly.
I think someone spun it on the exit of the final corner, or the penultimate corner there.
Probably class again, let's be fair.
Well, I think it might have been Schneider, seeing as though Schneider's in the pits.
Oh, okay. Could have been Schneider.
Because there was a car stopped perpendicular to the racing line, so...
Oh, look at you using your big words.
I've been using word of the day, toilet paper.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out as well, we are at the midpoint of the race. So, as it stands, the hard-tired runners will only do one stop.
So, anyone on mediums is absolutely
well and truly in trouble.
Yeah, look at that, I didn't swear.
I have to say, I know we're only halfway through this race, but the if we're assuming Kanga has to pit twice more yet, Inman looks pretty slow, and behind him everyone else has fallen off the road. The top three look pretty locked in, really, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, Powers, I know we were saying he's going to have a hard afternoon to recover. He's found himself in a pretty cosy podium position. And obviously the leading pair are going to be out on their own, really. They've got nearly a pit stop on the rest of the field. They're just in a league of their own tonight, really.
Yeah, certainly are. Let's not forget, Kanga was right there with them, admittedly on a softer tyre. But since he's pitted, he's not been able to make anything of it. As you say, I think medium tyres here are just... They're not really massively quicker because they're just overheating too much.
I think they're quicker for a few laps in clean air, but when it comes to traffic, I think they're about the same as your hard tyres, because obviously the cars are always sliding around, but they'll be sliding around a lot more in that dirty air, with the aerodynamics of the car being stalled a lot more, so they'll be taking a bit more punishment.
Yeah, certainly will. How's Bear getting on his soft tyres? Because he's going to be pitting in another couple of laps. Again,
out the fringes of the points.
Yeah, sat there in 12th, right up behind Osberg at the moment, who has dropped 6 seconds behind his teammates since falling behind him.
Oh, as Simon comes into the pits, but Giordano carries on. Is Simon going to get caught up in traffic? We don't know how long it is for a pit stop here. Let's find out.
Well, I don't know. This could be absolutely brilliant strategy call then from DS Mathershaw, because this is getting the undercut for Adrian Simon. And, if he's managed 29 laps, he's only got 27 to go, so he's easily going to make the end. Powers pits as well, so this is the window for the hard tyres then. Kanga's going to go through him, surely take second place and take back the lead. No, Simon's kept ahead of him.
Yes, Simon is... Oh, so...
Wow.
Yeah. I've got to say, I think DS had timed that to absolute perfection. They would have been watching that gap, seeing Kanga maybe starting to close in a bit and thinking, right, let's get Simon in the box now. But so a pit stop costs you about 23 to 24 seconds, so that's going to bring Giordano out behind both of the Mathershaws here.
Yeah, certainly will. And let's not forget though, Kanga, although he's right on the tail of his teammate now, has 2 more pit stops to make. Simon is done.
Yeah.
He can run to the end.
I've got to say though, Simon, he is ripping time out of Giordano corner by corner here, so the undercut is, like you say, definitely going to prove effective, and he's going to jump the Italian to take the lead of the V-Prix.
Yeah, you'd imagine so, as Halverson dives into the pits now as well. Powers rejoined like Simon just in front of his teammate. I mean, he's slightly more comfortable. He had about 3 seconds on class. But both teams playing that, well, kind of well, so to ensure that their leading drivers weren't caught up, as into the pits then comes Butcher Giordano. Now, how much time is he going to lose? You'd imagine quite a considerable amount, and I should imagine he'll rejoin in 3rd place.
Wow, the Mathershaws are already coming around the final corner. Yeah, he's only just being released from his pit box. That's a long stop from Ocelot.
Yeah,
he's lost heat the time.
The leaders are well through, and not only is Giordano now behind Simon, he'll have to fight his way past Kanga.
Yeah, who isn't going to be stopping for another 7 or 8 laps.
Something like that? 19, I think, wasn't it?
18. If it was 19, he'd be on a 2-stop. But he's on a 3-stop.
Of course.
Because he's bad. That said, if Kanga can stretch out his final 2 stints by an extra lap each, he will only have to make 1 extra stop, but that's still going to put him well off of his teammate in the fight for the lead.
Yeah, it certainly is.
That makes it look nice and easy there on Zazolia for 13th place.
Woo. Oh, better past Osberg, look.
Yeah, he'll be pitting in 2 laps.
Yeah, he will. But he's back into the points as it stands. As are both Lopez cars.
Yeah. I have to admit, Bayer sticking around where he has been is really impressed me.
Yeah, I thought those soft tyres were going to be an awful lot worse than they've proven to be.
I mean, I think a certain flying Finn could have maybe done a bit better, but I'll never know. Because, you know, someone he was supposed to be racing with decided to let him down. But Adrian Simon then, as we come on to lap 32, sets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 29.5. And, well, Giordano's caught right up now behind Kanga. He's going to have to be looking at making that move pretty soon, as we got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Goes away pretty hastily, but it comes back out. I'm just nattering on. Alvarez putting a lot of pressure on Sykes. He's done well, despite having to make an extra pit stop. That's a long yellow flag in the last sector, so something pretty serious has gone on there. Let's see who's dropping down the order. No one. Really? Yeah, it's gone away now, so... Oh! Klaas van Snelheid is out of the race! Unbelievable! The Dutchman has had to retire from the Sakhir V-Prix, as we see Inman getting racy, or Ruiz, either or. Ruiz getting racy with Ostberg as he takes to the outside line, down into turn 1. Can he get the move done and lift himself up into 9th place? No, Ostberg has that inside line, and I think he's actually... No, he's defending from Ruiz. But yeah, so absolute scenes, as we were saying, Klaas van Snelheid looking a bit off the last few races, and he retires as Kanga's round! Kanga spun it as well, and he's been collected by Giordano. Simon sets the fastest lap, and it's all going off here at the V-Prix. The Sakhir, I don't know what I'm saying, help me please! So Giordano now has front wing damage after clattering into the sideways Kanga, and Klaas has had to retire from the V-Prix. So here's a replay then.
Oh lord, what about...
He's just lost it there on the curving on the inside, and he's just maybe gotten stuck in reverse gear, and he's just taken himself clean out of the V-Prix. As we still have that debris on the inside, as Giordano pressuring Kanga into a mistake, and then just nowhere really for the Italian to go. And unfortunately, that's knocked off his front wing end plate.
Crikey, I vanished for like 30 seconds, and
yeah,
what you've done. You've taken my driver out of the race.
Can we just say that I covered that entire bit without swearing once?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You ditched me.
Yeah, apologies, folks. I had to grab another drink. Water bottle in the commentary box ran out, and the producer dropped me one in.
It was the tentacle hentai thing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But yeah, okay. So Klaas is out.
Yeah.
Balls.
So
what happened with Kanga and Giordano? I only kind of caught the...
So, oh, hang on a sec. Alvarez is making a move on Sykes here for 13th place. He's down the inside. He's got that racing line. Pushes Sykes out wide and takes the place pretty decisively. And a solid job from the Argentine. But yeah, no. Basically, Kanga was being pressured by Giordano, went defensive into the penultimate corner, caught the curbing, spun, and Giordano was just left without anywhere to go, unfortunately. It's just one of those things.
Neither of them picked up any significant damage.
Giordano's missing pretty much all of the elements to the right-hand side of his front wing.
But he's continued, he's not pitting.
Yeah, he's continued.
Okay.
I'd imagine he'd time by pitting, because that would put him behind Powers and Kanga. Kanga.
Yeah, but I mean, crikey, that gives Simon breathing space, doesn't it?
Yeah, please don't abandon me like that again, because I'm terrible at that. It's Bayer pits then for what is only the 3rd time, fair play. but that's going to relegate him probably outside the points if we're being honest.
I have to
But
say
only
though, look at that, Enrique Ruiz with all these people falling off the road in front of him, back up to 8th place.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty solid job with only
As
one.
Inman passed Vasquez,
well.
sorry.
Oh,
It looked as though the Colombian almost steered out of that corner, and Inman snuck through on the inside.
that's pretty strange, seeing as though they both have the same engine supplier and a technical partnership, and Franklin allows certain favours to Ingram. So weird.
What on earth could you be suggesting?
I don't think I'd be suggesting anything. Just that they must have a pretty close technical partnership that also happens to cause conveniences for Franklin on track. No, in all seriousness, we've seen Franklin get held up by Ingram's just as much as any other team. As Bayer then is looking for a move around the outside of Sykes. He's looking pretty racy straight out the box. Obviously, in these conditions, not really having to do much to warm up the tyres.
Just drive out the pit lane and I think they're blooming on fire.
Yeah, the teams aren't actually putting the tyres in tyre blankets, they're just leaving them outside on the tarmac. And they're just heating up fine that way.
I have to say, you know, seeing as we've been running for 34 laps now and we're on to the 35th, we've not actually really spoken at all, as Giordano's lost 2 seconds to the race leader. I presume that was stuck behind Jules Simon then. So Simon doing his brother a favour there. Giordano falls another, say, 2 seconds further back. We've not really spoken about the fact that this is Formula Virtual's first ever night race.
It is? No. Yeah,
Believe it or not.
That's nutty.
As Adrian Simon puts a lap on Felix Bear. Yeah, it just feels like any other race really, doesn't it? It's just that the sky up there is a little bit dark.
Well, that's how nighttime works, Bradley.
Oh!
He's just lost his front wing on the curb.
Did you see the front wing go flying?
He just went yeet. I need to stop saying yeet in race commentary.
That was a firm see you later, and that was Judson Sykes then. They clipped the inside of the curb. That was a turn 2, wasn't it? I think, or was it the turn 1 curb he clipped?
I think it's turn 2 and 3.
So yeah, and that's Judson Sykes now without a front wing, and his hard work has been undone that. But speaking of hard work, Elroy Wagner, the Lopez, running in 7th place. What a stunning effort!
Absolutely dragging that machine well above where it's supposed to be on track.
But and this is absolutely crucial. Let's not forget, in the battle for 7th place in the Constructor Championship, as Ruiz dives into the pits for what is his first proper stop then.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you that.
Obviously on the hard tyres. But yeah, let's not forget, this is crucial in the battle for 7th place in the Constructors. The battle that we're assuming is kind of between Lopez, Phoenix and North Star. Phoenix close to be within the same number of points as Lopez last time out. But Lopez looking as though they're going to score, well, really strongly here.
Yeah, they're currently running in a double point scoring position as Ruiz goes a lap down behind Adrian Simon. Oof. I can't even. Oof is the only way I can describe that.
I'll be honest, I get the feeling you probably won't be there for too long, as can get into the pits for his second stop then, and that's not worked at all for the Estonian.
No, so he's definitely locked into that 3-stop strategy then, unless he plans to go extremely long in the final stint. But what's worth noting is that Giordano is slowly, despite having that front wing damage, closing in on Simon still. So clearly
Kanga rejoins behind Inman.
Ooh, Inman's on the hards, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Right.
And Kanga has another stop to go.
This is going to be tight. I don't think Kanga's going to beat Inman or Powers. Powers is on the hards.
I think Powers is well out of the question.
He's just an absolute god among men.
Well, I mean,
only Formula Virtual driver to win 2 championships
at the moment. Adrian Simon, I think, is looking well on course to equal that.
If Kanga can sort himself out for the second half of this season, then I don't know. I think I wouldn't.
He has put in a very, very impressive run of form, but well, I think this race is going to go against him.
Well, yeah, but always very aggressive defending there from Adrian Simon. Just chops across the front wing of Ruiz, who decides, screw it, I'll go around the outside of you anyway, pal. And,
well, yeah, let's not forget, Ruiz is on fresh tyres. And I think that was rather futile, Simon defending that. He should just let Ruiz go, unlap himself and scamper off into the distance.
Yeah, and it looks like, yeah, and now obviously Ruiz is going to be getting the blue flags, which he has to technically obey, but I don't know if he will. But I think that was very much a case of Adrian Simon's ego overtaking him a little bit in the cockpit there, as he's just leaked 2 seconds now to Giordano behind. And he's still losing time.
2.5 almost. Giordano's still rapidly closing in. But, well, 5.5 seconds. There's, neither of them have to pit again. Surely that was done and dusted.
Oh no, here we go. If Simon's not careful, he's going to find himself within the clutches of Giordano before long. Oh, wait, he's managed to actually pull out a second on him.
Maybe Giordano himself is caught in traffic.
Yeah, and don't forget, obviously, Giordano missing his front wing end plate is going to be struggling in the middle sector.
Yeah, very true. As Wagner into the pits. Oh, of course, Wagner's on the medium tyres, as is Osberg. That could be the undoing then for Lopez. I didn't remember that.
You stupid dick.
It was a bit harsh. Meanwhile, Kanga is already caught right up to the back of him and tries to go around the outside there, but cut in far too early.
Yeah, he knows that his team have got it a little bit wrong here, and he knows that he's got to get the work done on track now to secure that 4th position. Obviously, we're reaching that stage in the season where every single point can make the utmost difference.
Yes, certainly can, and Kanga will be desperate to get this done as early as possible so that he can pull out a pit stop gap on Inman before he has to come in again.
But Inman has just put in his car in all the right places, and to be fair, Inman, despite, you know, I
don't think he's going to stay there much longer.
No. But I mean, Inman, you know, yeah, he's on the best strategy, but I think he could be doing it. Oh, as he goes back around the outside almost, looking very racy there. That's the first we've seen of that kind of driving from Inman. That was very, very spicy. But, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, Inman, I think...
There's a yellow flag in the middle sector, but it's gone.
I think it would have been more than easy for Inman to be caught up in incidents, and while he's not driven outstandingly well, he's kept his nose clean. And so far, he's going to be raking in a few more points this race than Ruiz will be.
Yeah, it certainly is. Ruiz still embroiled in that battle with the... when I say battle with the race leader, it's not really a battle, is it? It's not as though they're fighting on track for anything. Simon just needs to let Ruiz go here and disappear into the distance and just concentrate on holding off.
He goes defensive again into turn 1, which is going to cost him more time to Giordano, and obviously Rye's going to be on the pit wall rubbing his hands with glee as Ruiz
get
goes
very close.
Yeah, I think there was a small amount of wheel-to-wheel contact there, and yeah, so he's lost another 1.5 seconds now to Giordano, apparently.
Jimmy Darno. We shall rename him Jimmy Darno.
Papa John. I don't know. I ruined the joke. But yeah, Giordano is just gaining time on the Frenchman now, hand over fist, and I think that Simon's ego is going to play Ocelot right back into this race.
Yeah, certainly could.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a corner sight of him. 3.5 seconds now, and that's the middle sector where this car is supposed to be pretty weak.
Yeah, maybe it's not as over as I thought it was. But we'll wait and see. I mean, I think Ruiz has got a little bit of a gap now to Simon, so I don't think he'll be pulling over and letting him back past again.
No, but that Downton unit is a lot more powerful under the...
Say that and they get really close again. I think, I get the feeling this might just be a to and fro to the end of the race.
Oh gosh, we've got Simon trying to actually get past Ruiz again, and Ruiz is just moving all over the circuit, weaving left and right, somehow getting away with it, because I guess it's not for position. Simon hopefully is going to... Oh, and that's a spin from Wagner in the background.
That's the second time he's looped it round there, hasn't it?
Yeah, and he's just driven off to Narnia.
And come back again.
Yeah, as Simon goes unnecessarily defensive. Loses another second.
Well, no, that was him going back past Ruiz.
Yeah, but he had the move well done.
Oh, yeah.
Lost 1.5 seconds now. Oh, God, this is going to be good.
Well, it's giving us a race, if nothing else. We have a yellow flag briefly. in the final sector, but it has gone again, and it's back, and it's gone.
The thing is, he would have lost just as much time from letting Ruiz go through, saving the tyres, saving the fuel, backing off a bit, and letting Ruiz have that gap.
Yeah, certainly would have done.
And then he would have had more fuel to work with and more grip. Now he's got overheated tyres, an overheated engine, less fuel to work with, and a rapidly closing Italian.
Kanga's 5 seconds behind Inman.
Ooh.
Something's gone on there then. Alar Kanga has lost time and he's dropped behind on Inman. What's interesting as well is, I mean, the reason I noticed that is because I was looking at the time screen.
No way.
While Simon is dicing with Ruiz and losing out to Giordano, neither Powers, Inman or Kanga are closing on the top 2.
So that means, even though he's battling with Ruiz,
he's still as quick as the rest of the field, and Giordano is just absolutely flying. Simon's up!
Spun!
Simon has spun at the final corner! He's thrown away the lead!
Oh no! Oh, and Simon is just... Oh, he's going to be... Oh, and there's debris.
Yeah, that's debris in the background. Was that Simon's front? I think Simon's lost his front wing.
And Giordano a lot more...
No, he hasn't.
Ruiz. Someone has lost some of their front wing, though. That is an absolute shock. So Simon has gone from comfortable 9-second gap back to Giordano, ends up getting embroiled in a battle with a back marker, loses it into the second to last corner, and now has it all to do with about 15 laps to go.
Well, I mean, I hate to watch it, but I'd say that was purely Simon's own fault. He got himself entangled in that battle with Ruiz, and I think it's got into his head.
You could see lap by lap with the aggressive defending and everything that I think the red mist was slowly starting to descend on that Mathershaw cockpit there. I don't think there was contact, but I'd like to see a replay all the same. But that is Simon just losing his head a bit there and almost handing a win to Ocelot unless something spectacular happens, which is not out of the question.
Yeah, and let's not forget though, it's not the first time that we've seen it. Simon has made, I mean, last time out in the United States, he made a handful of errors that cost him the win, and it looks as though he's just done it again.
Oh, worth noting, Kanga has already caught up to Inman by another 3 seconds.
Wow.
He's only 2 seconds off of the Monegasque now.
Yeah, that's pretty mammoth, isn't it? But he is on a softer compound of tyres, so you would expect him to.
And obviously, you know, better drive, faster car, all that.
Exactly, as we the spiel that we went through earlier. 2 Ingrams running 6th and 7th, Vasquez and Matson.
I believe they call that line stern in the industry, Bradley.
I just thought it was an 8-wheeled Ingram.
Oh, Matson goes up the inside
of
Vasquez. Vasquez leaving the door open for his teammate there.
Vasquez was asleep, wasn't he?
I think he just made a mistake and thought, that's fine, my teammate definitely won't pass me through here. Just relaxed a bit too much, and obviously a wily fox that is Matson, been around for a while, capitalised, and now he is just bolted down the road. Maybe Vasquez might have a problem. He's leaked 2 seconds to his teammate.
Yeah, in just a couple of corners.
Yeah.
As meanwhile, Giordano looks mired in traffic as he puts another lap on Finn Schneider. That is Schneider's behind Kovalenko.
Yeah, you see Schneider was throwing out brake dust there on the entry to that S section, but I think Schneider was involved in some contact that Kovalenko wasn't, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, it could be, yeah. I'd say interesting Ruiz isn't hassling Giordano as much as he was Simon.
I think that Alfa Romeo unit is by far the best in the field in a straight line. I mean, the Downton is good, but it's more balanced and drivable, whereas
it's a V10 at the end of the day.
Exactly. The Alfa Romeo, I believe, is a V12.
It is, yeah.
It's got a lot of grunt and a circuit where it can really stretch its legs. Like this one is, very defensive driving from the back marker off Halverson there in 8th position. That was odd behaviour.
Yeah, but that's going to give Ruiz a shot, as Halverson lost a lot of time there, letting Giordano through, allowing Giordano to force his way through. But I think that's put Ruiz right on him, although no change of positions happened as yet, as Kanga right on the back of Oliman. I think he might make a move into turn 1, but they've got to weave their way through the back markers first. Yeah,
Kanga has sold in the dummy there, and he tries to go around the outside. He's got the superior grip, and he takes the position finally, but it just strikes me as too little too late, Bradley.
Yeah, he's going to have to make another pit stop. And well, he has a whole 0.2 of a second gap, so it's absolutely not going to be enough to come back out ahead.
I'll tell you what though, back to the front real quick. Since Giordano has found clean air, he has been absolutely flying. Well, I say clean air, but you know what I mean. Since he's got the lead, he's been flying. He's pulled out about a second on Simon, despite missing some of his front wing, and arguably being in a slightly slower car. So Giordano is absolutely on it tonight.
Slower car, yes, but here, I genuinely think that Ocelot is the fastest on the track.
More
We've
than
seen
likely.
it all weekend. They topped practice with Ryota Yoshida, first and third on the grid, and now this. I mean, that Ocelot has just literally, absolutely been on fire.
Yeah, it's actually not too dissimilar to Westwood at Monza last season.
Yeah, and well, Ocelot at Paul Ricard earlier in the year.
So we have seen stuff like this before. So, as Wagner makes a move on Alvarez, but it doesn't register.
That was Osberg.
That'll be why. I knew that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah. This is the kind of pace I was expecting from Ocelot in Canada that never really materialised.
Don't forget, Canada, yes, straight line speed is pretty crucial, but having a well-balanced chassis and a good balance between drag and grip is pretty hard to toe the line between.
Yeah, but then there's a pretty tight and twisty middle section here as well. Flag. We've got a yellow flag.
I think it's going to be down into this corner. Yes, it is. It's Finn Schneider. He's out.
That looks like a heavy accident then for the Swiss racer. And that is Schneider out of the race. Finn, who was announced the other day, we've not spoken about this at all. Literally announced the other day as driving for AMR again next season. Here we go then, on board. And there's a spun Ingram.
Oh, that's Vasquez.
Oh, well that's a bit naughty.
There's going to be a lot of penalties, and I think we could potentially see a couple of race bans because we've had Ruiz intentionally driving onto the racing line, ending Yoshida's
I'm not sure we will.
Had Vasquez intentionally driving onto the racing line, ending Schneider's race. But this isn't acceptable behaviour from the drivers on the circuit.
Well, no, I agree. But on the basis of other incidents we've seen this season, I don't think we'll get penalties. And you can't change how you hand out penalties mid-season.
Beckenbauer was getting penalties like this, like for incidents like this.
He was. Oh, we've got another spinner at the final corner. They're certainly finding it tricky out there tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. They're definitely. I don't know how, because the track is up to temperature. Maybe it's too hot and the tyres are just melting off the canvas.
Well, who knows? But well, it's certainly created a somewhat entertaining race. I've enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it's been
We've
different.
still got 10 laps to go. That's supposed to get to that front wing. Yeah, we knew that already.
Oh, he spins up.
Nathaniel Powers from third. He's thankfully he's recovered quickly enough and not really lost any time.
Powers very quick thinking there to recover across the inside line rather than trying to resume the racing line, and manages to avoid contact with everyone. If only everyone else knew how to do that.
It's the experience of a 2-times champion, isn't it?
Yeah, the experience, the ability. Ooh, Vasquez is really suffering. That's a shame.
Yeah, he really needs to pit for a new front wing. He's already out of the points.
Out of the V-Prix. Davenport's had to retire. That's what that yellow flag was for. So Davenport is also out. So we're once again entering a stage where the drivers are indeed dropping like flies, as you said earlier. I nearly said fries. I don't know why.
Fries.
Dropping like fries.
Well, I mean, yeah. And Vasquez is not pitting. As around the outside goes Elroy Wagner then, and demotes the Colombian to 12th. Not sure what this one's all about.
Honestly, Bradley, I don't know either.
Here comes. So this is Davenport then. Who's that? Oh, that looks like some kind of.
Yeah, looks like a brake failure. Or a suspension failure. He's just spun around and stopped.
At least no one drove into him.
Yeah, that's true. That's because he wasn't driving back into the racing line like two other buffoons in this race.
Meanwhile, look at that. Giordano now has 10 seconds back to Adrian Simon.
Do you want to know what's
a yellow flag in the middle sector, but it's gone.
Do you want to know what's incredible this race, Bradley? Is that
What?
Giordano has now managed to stretch out that gap to Simon to nearly 10 seconds.
I literally just said that.
No, you didn't. Did you? I wasn't listening.
I literally just said that. What planet are you even on?
I was just paying attention also to Jules Simon, who somehow, being the only Meteor, is still occupying the last spot.
Well, of course it is. What do you expect? Just because they didn't start on the last row of the grid.
And AMR not really doing a whole lot better. They're obviously qualified back row of the grid. First time they've ever done that, I think. Both drivers on the back row of the grid.
No, surely not.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to get someone on that. But
Ahmed seems to be good with his stats. You do it.
Ahmed, do it now! I want to see results. ASAP, pronto, Rocky. They makes them pissed off.
Yeah, what's that? That's his fourth?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's not worked, has it?
No, he's managed to stretch the tyres a lot further this stint, though.
Yeah, he has. So he might not have to pit again, actually.
Sorry, I had to yawn. Now yawn like a weirdo.
You do, yes.
Watashi wa gay. That means my name is gay.
Meanwhile, only 6 drivers are still on the lead lap.
Yeah, so
Ridiculously.
dominant performance.
Yeah, massively dominant. As well, Ruiz, as all of these drivers falling off the road have really aided Ruiz's recovery. I did not expect to see that man back in the points.
Nah, and he doesn't really deserve to be.
Well, this is Alvarez on Osberg then. This is absolutely crucial as Osberg defends, and that's a broken front wing for Alvarez. He's lost the left hand side.
Yeah, I've got to say, that's some very aggressive defending from Rosberg. It looked to me like he made 2 movements on the straightaway there, and I mean, stewards won't look at it because, you know, reasons.
Yeah, I'd say, but this is a crucial battle. Actually, and Halverson is 8th as well.
Where is he? There he is, the cheeky fella.
Yeah, think to the battle for 7th. This is going to close things right up between the 3 teams.
Yeah, because I know what the gaps are for the battle for 7th. Not going to go and Google it in a sec.
I'm already there.
I've got a biscuit packet stuck on my foot, Bradley. Help me. Send help.
No.
It's the Chocky Digestives. Okay, they're gone. So yeah, we've got about 7 or 8 laps left to go in this V-Prix. Simon just kind of looks like he's given up since that spin. I think he's overheated the tyres and collected far too much dust on them, and just either that or he's lost temperature in them. Either way, he's not getting any lap time out of that Matheshaw anymore.
No, he's certainly not. Well, looking at the Constructors' Championship then, Lopez is 7th on 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Phoenix and North Star on 8 points.
North Star will take this, won't they then?
Well, they will go tied if it finishes as it is.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
This could be...
I was going to say that's why I paused, because we've got to change here. Alvarez is through into 9th place past Osberg, and this is bad news then for Lopez.
Cheeky Alvarez, who, yeah, wouldn't Lopez drop to 8th then?
They would, but it would be behind North Star at this point, who would go from 9th to 7th.
Wouldn't that make it like 2 points separating the 3 teams effectively?
Yes, it would.
That would be so cool. I want to see that. Wait, that's what it already is. Oh. Oh, I've played myself like a fool. So Alvarez is going to be desperate to hang on to this position, because obviously this does
Certainly
affect...
will, but that front wing damage is not going to aid him whatsoever.
No, but that, I've got to say, that Judd engine in the back certainly is. It's looking pretty formidable. But I don't think they're keeping it for next season, are they, Bradley?
They're not, no, that's already been announced.
Oh, I'm trying to do talking points. Here's a talking point. Rye should have put Kinnaman in the car, but he didn't. So there. I said it. I've been salty about that for the last like 2 days.
Yes. I mean, I suppose we should bring that up. That was the rumour that was around the paddock, was that Holmquist and Ocelot had struck a deal for Timo Kinnaman to switch to the Japanese outfit as of this race. But as we saw, obviously Yoshida was in the car as Wagner passes Osberg for 10th place. And yeah, that deal for some reason hasn't come to fruition.
Yeah, it's very strange, but it could be that he's off to Franklin a little bit early to replace Inman, which would surprise me, because Jamie's never really made it this far into the season without dropping a driver and then suddenly decided to, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean,
He usually does it with
you know,
races.
we'll wait and see what happens. But I mean, obviously, Holmquist confirmed in the press conference on Thursday that Kinnaman wouldn't drive for the team again. So that's
Yeah, like dragging his name through the dirt. So I feel like sometimes with my journalism, I get a little bit too personally involved.
Yeah, you don't say. Matsson's in the pits.
Oh, well, that's just not cricket.
Well, that's given Ruiz sick now.
That's bull roar. That was a very quick stop, though. Fair play.
Yeah, but what's that about? He's behind Halverson. Matsson's behind Halverson. This gives North Star 6 points.
That is gonna. Oh, but can Halverson hold on for the next like 3 laps, 4 laps?
I mean, probably not.
We'll wait and see. Don't forget, he has got Kovalenko between himself and Matsson.
That's that. Oh, Alvarez has lost 2 positions. Alvarez is out of the points. He's lost out to Wagner and Osberg.
He's just been tag teamed by the Lopez boys there, if you know what I mean.
Don't know how to respond to that one. Nope, speechless. Yeah, Alvarez then slips to 11th place as Wagner goes into 9th and Osberg into 10th. And this battle for 7th in the Constructors actually really becoming very, very interesting at the moment and changing lap by lap.
Yeah, and obviously Alvarez is going to be running out of time to make those moves back because he's got... Oh no, never mind, he's already been lapped. Anyway, moving on. Alvarez needs to make overtakes, but the Lopez boys will already work together, and this means that also Phoenix will lose out massively in the Constructors to the pair of them, right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah! Celebrations!
As it stands, Phoenix would be 5 points behind Lopez in the championship.
Wow, that's a lot. Here we go, they're going to hold each other up as Osberg goes up the inside of Wagner into turn 1. And, well, yeah, he gets the move done pretty comfortably, actually. Fair play.
Yeah, and who's that? Is that,
Alvarez,
Simon they've got coming up behind them to put a lap on them?
Yes.
Yes, it is. No, it's Kanga.
It's Kanga.
Kanga breezes past Alvarez then. I think Alvarez there, I should imagine, is probably just let him through. Obviously, the two are going to be sharing an engine next year, so I should imagine that's something to do with it. But also, maybe Alvarez sensing a chance here to follow Kanga through.
Wait, who are Phoenix running engines with next year?
DS.
No way. I thought Downton were doing that.
No. We're supplying Lopez. DS is supplying Phoenix.
But you two have been together forever.
Yeah, and we're staying together in a technical partnership.
Live with Jamie?
Sorry?
I was making a joke. I said, does this mean I'm going to have to go and live with Jamie? Jamie couldn't stand me, to be fair. I'm allowed.
Yeah, Jamie already has one child.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's had the child. I'm just gonna shut up.
I would.
He's had it for ages. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Jamie. I didn't. Sorry about that, dude.
Yeah, he just forgot about your son, you know.
Talk about the race, please.
So Giordano then has just 2.5 laps to go.
Mathematics dictate that you are correct.
Wonderful. And for what looks as though it's going to be his and Ocelot's second win of the season.
Yeah.
Touch wood, don't want to jinx it because I think Rye would murder me.
Do you remember back when someone called Giordano the most promising driver on the Formula Virtual Grid? Back when it was the, don't you remember?
No.
Rossi called him someone called him the best young driver on the grid.
Well, I think at one point it probably was, and in fairness to him, he is still pretty good, and he's still pretty young. But
yeah, but then he got
I don't know.
spanked.
To me, Giordano just seems to lack that cutting edge.
I'd love to see Domenicali come back to a real racing series, to be honest.
Well, that's fine.
I'd just do that to bait you into rising to it. Yellow flag in the third sector, which goes away rather swiftly.
And comes back.
And goes away. Oh, I was hoping we could do like a Dimitri thing.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's in the middle sector, so they're
and goes away.
Going backwards through the circuit, I guess. I don't know.
But spinning. Osberg in the pits. Osberg is in the pits.
And Alvarez has cleared the pair of them.
Halverson's lost out to Madsen. Kanga's in the pits, so they are having to make a last-minute stop then.
Oh dear! Oh, don't tell me it's going to give Ruiz another position.
No, Ruiz was miles behind.
Yeah,
it's fine. Kanga though, that does mean he's lost out to Inman. I can't see him closing 9 seconds in a lap.
Madsen has been overtaken. Halverson has been overtaken by Madsen then. As Osberg comes up behind Sykes there, but Wagner shouldn't need to make a pit stop here. So this will be Phoenix 1 point behind Lopez, who will be 1 point behind North Star.
Yes.
Right? So we're back to how we were originally. Okay, cool.
As long as the order stays like this, Giordano starts his final lap then. 5.4 kilometres to go of this circuit for the Italian to pick up his second win of the season. And I'm not entirely sure how it will lie. We'll have to have a look after the race. But will this fire Giordano firmly into championship contention?
No. That was a bit of a crazy person laugh. I reckon there's every chance of it. I mean, Ocelot have been steadily moving forward this season.
He's finished every race.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No.
Puccio Giordano has finished every race this season.
What a faggot.
That's a bit harsh.
Well, it's like the N-word. I get to say the F-word.
No.
I don't get to say the N-word, though.
No.
No. I said it.
No.
Why don't you take this away, Brad? I'm not very good at this.
No.
Okay, so Giordano.
Giordano then. Down the back straight for the final time. He's driven well. He's clearly been the quickest out there, and he's lost it at the final corner. Giordano has spun at the final corner, and
no.
Thankfully, he's recovered it just in time. God, that will give Ocelot a heartbreak. Giordano then crosses the line just about to win in Bahrain and come up with a Dutch flag. Adrian Simon takes second place, but by Christ, I don't think we could have had a more dramatic finish there. What? I was absolutely dumbstruck with disbelief. Nathaniel Powers takes the final podium position in third place. What did we just witness?
I thought Giordano was going to throw it all the way at the last corner there and pull a Takuma Sato.
I was literally just about to say, Giordano is the only driver of this race who hasn't made a mistake.
He has.
Has he made a mistake?
Gosh.
Inman takes fourth then, and a solid fifth, unspectacular drive. Kanga will be very disappointed with fifth, but that was purely down to the strategy. There was nothing else he could do about that one. No. Ruiz has somehow recovered to sixth place. Wagner passed Alvarez for ninth place, so that's going to change the standings quite a bit.
So that ties up North Star and Lopez at the moment, doesn't it?
I don't know. We'll take a look at the standings in a minute. But yeah, Puccio Giordano then. Well, he held on. He gave us a scare right at the very end, and I should imagine Rice probably had a heart attack on the pit wall.
Italy makes ice cream. But yeah, great drive. Nearly thrown it all the way at the last corner, but I suppose that's what he built that 10-second gap up for. But your man today is Giordano for the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Simon threw it away earlier in the race. Giordano tried to throw it away at the end, but thankfully he recovered in time then, and the Italian and the Japanese Ocelot team take their second win of 2018. So the first race under the lights then is won by Puccio Giordano. It's his third career win and the second win for Ocelot. Adrian Simon and Nathaniel Powers, the two main championship contenders, join him on the podium. Simon thought he might have nicked the win there at the end, I should imagine, with Giordano very, very nearly throwing it away, but it wasn't to be. Ruiz recovering well to 6th, Klaas van Snelheid a notable retirement, as was Yoshida. It was interesting to see what he could have done in this race. In the Drivers' Championship then, Simon still leads the gap up to 18 points over Nathaniel Powers. Puccio Giordano's win has moved him up past Enrique Ruiz into 4th, and he's now just 31 points off the championship lead. 4 behind Al Arkanga. There are still a number of drivers well in this championship battle. Some movement in the midfield as well. Johan Helson's couple of points have moved him up a few places. Osberg's result has moved him up, and Bayers as well in his first race for Holmqvist. And in the Constructors' Championship, what does all that mean then? Well, it means Diaz Short are now 50 points clear of Downton, well over a 1-2. And further back, North Star have moved up for the second race in a row. They have gone past Phoenix for 8th. But that's all from our race here today in Bahrain. So from both me and Harry, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 14 from Istanbul, Turkey.